Biasing in MOS amplifier circuits, presented by Mellow Outlook Online Brainery. An essential step in the design of MOS FET is the establishment of an appropriate DC operating point for the transistor known as the biasing or the bias design. An appropriate DC operating point is characterized by first one, that is a stable and predictable DC drain current ID, and secondly the DC drain to source voltage VDS. These 2 points ensure that the operation in the saturation region for all expected input signal levels. Coming to the biasing of the MOS FET. Biasing by fixing VGS. This is one of the most straightforward approach. In this, we fix the gate to source voltage VGS to a value that is required to provide the drain current represented as ID. This VGS value is derived from the power supply VDD through the use of appropriate voltage divider. The equation for the drain current is computed as half of mu n COX W by L VGS minus VT the whole square, where VT corresponds to the threshold voltage, COX corresponds to the oxide capacitance, W by L corresponds to the transistor aspect ratio, and VOV corresponds to the overdrive voltage. This overdrive voltage is equal to the difference of gate to source voltage and the threshold voltage. These parameters, that is the threshold voltage, the oxide capacitance and the transistor aspect ratio, vary widely among devices of the same size and type. Also, if the ICs are fabricated on different wafers, the spread in the value, that is change in the value of these parameters, will be large. If you observe the ID versus VGS characteristics, it is evident that for a fixed value of VGS, the resultant change in the value of the drain current can be different for 2 different devices. That is why we consider this approach of biasing by fixing VGS not to be a very good approach. Moving on, let us see what happens if we fix the VG and connect a source resistance that is represented as RS. This biasing technique is considered as an excellent technique for discrete MOSFET circuits. Here we fix the DC voltage at the gate, that is VG, and connect a resistance RS in the source terminal. The equation is given as VG is equal to VGS plus RS into ID. If you look at this circuit, we can see that this VG is connected to the gate and VGS is the voltage measured between the gate and the source. Now, if the gate voltage represented as VG is greater than VGS, the ID, that is the drain current, is determined by the value of VG and RS. If the value of VG is less than VGS, the source resistance will provide the negative feedback which will stabilize the drain current. From this particular equation for VG, we can see that VG is a constant value while VGS will have to decrease. Therefore, ID will decrease and a change opposite to that of which was initially assumed will occur. So, therefore, the source resistance basically works to keep the drain current constant, and this negative feedback action of the source resistance gives it a name, a degeneration resistance. If you look at the ID versus VGS characteristic, we can see that 2 devices having different value of VGS which are superimposed on the same graph. If we try to superimpose on the device characteristics, we can see that a straight line represents the constraint imposed by the bias circuit. The intersection of the straight line with the ID versus VGS characteristic curve provides the coordinates for the drain current ID and the VGS of a particular bias point. Compared to the previous technique in which we are fixing the VGS, In this case, there is a lot of variability and ID is much smaller. Also, the variability decreases as the gate voltage VG and the source resistance RS are large, providing the bias line that is less steeper. Next, let us look into the possible practical discrete implementations. There are basically two practical discrete implementations, one using the single power supply VDD, another one using two power supplies VDD and VSS. So coming to the first one, using single power supply VDD. If you observe here in the first circuit, VG is derived from the voltage divider network, that is RG1 and RG2. The gate current is equal to 0, while RG1 and RG2 are selected to be very large. These large values of RG1 and RG2 will allow the MOSFET to present a large input resistance to the signal source that may be connected to the gate through the coupling capacitor, which is represented as CC1. The equivalent circuit is shown in the second figure, wherein we can see that there is a coupling capacitor connected to the signal resistance and in turn connected to the signal voltage. This coupling capacitor CC1 blocks the DC and allows to couple the voltage signal V signal to the amplifier input without disturbing the MOSFET DC bias point. This value of CC1 should be selected large so that it approximates a short circuit at all signal frequencies. Also, the resistance RD should be large enough to obtain higher gain but small enough to allow the desired signal swing, keeping the MOSFET in the saturation at all times. The next practical discrete implementation makes use of two power supplies, that is VDD and VSS. Here VG, that is the gate voltage, is replaced by VSS. The resistance RG establishes a DC ground at the gate and presents a high input resistance to the signal source that may be connected to the gate through a coupling capacitor. We will try to solve the numericals in a different tutorial using a single power supply and two power supplies. The link of the tutorial is shared in the description box. Moving on, biasing using drain to gate feedback resistor. The large feedback resistance RG, which is in terms of mega ohms, will force the DC voltage at the gate to be equal to that of the drain. So we have from the equation VGS is equal to VDS, that is this voltage is equal to the drain to source voltage, and applying KVL we can compute the value of VGS equal to VDS to be equal to VDD minus ID into RD, and this equation can be written as VDD to be equal to VGS plus RD into ID. If there is any variation in ID, then there is a corresponding variation in VGS. For example, let us consider that ID is increasing for some particular reason. So what happens is the gate to source voltage must decrease, and this decrease in VGS will cause ID to decrease, and a change opposite to that of which was initially assumed will occur. Therefore, a negative feedback or the degeneration is provided by the resistance RG, which works to keep the value of the drain current a constant. Thank you for watching.